Good morning. It is Monday morning. This is the end of week 12. 3 months on keto. Hey there, how are you? It's Monday morning once again. Checking in with the weekly weigh-in for Monday. Not a heck of a lot of interesting news as far as weight loss. 1.6 pounds, just shy of 2. Kind of think we're in a slow and steady wins the race kind of thing. It's been exactly 3 months since I started this keto journey. It's still odd. This past week, once again, I've had several weeks like this where it seems like everything is going to conspire to try and throw off my weight loss. If not throw off my weight loss, throw off my eating for the week. And this week was just crazy. So a lot of stuff going on. A bunch of days off of work, a bunch of stuff with kids and doctors and an ER visit. Everybody's fine. Just everything possible to throw off my day-to-day food plan. All right, so the salads have been the go-to for lunch. Not this week, past week. Dinners, I usually have a couple of solid ideas. Had to get creative with some cafeterias and things that just were not conducive to a keto type individual. So just for me, I think the thing is still trying to force myself to follow the macros, right? I'm still logging everything in MyFitnessPal, but when I go back and I look at, okay, Monday last week, that particular day, that Monday, I came in. Remember how I'm going on and on about 80, 15, 5? 80% fat, 15 protein. Monday last week, I came in at 50% fat, not 80. I came in at 44% protein, not 15. Thankfully, the carbs stayed at 5. So, I've consistently been able to keep those carbohydrates down. And I guess I have to assume that my body is still continuing to go ahead and try and burn other things rather than carbohydrates for fuel. Tuesday, I did a little better, but in that zone that I've talked about before, 72, 22, and 6. Not great, right? Not really where I need to be, but sure as hell better than the day before. Wednesday almost exactly on the mark. 79, 15, and 6. Okay, all right. By Wednesday, it sounds like I got my act together. And Wednesday was actually a day when I had to deal with cafeteria type stuff. So if I look at this, this Wednesday in particular, I still had the same basic coffee, right? Nothing unusual there. This is black coffee, right? I got rid of the calories in the morning. No more bulletproof coffee. Just straight up black deal for intermittent fasting purposes. Now I managed to make myself a real lunch on Wednesday. That was the standard salad, right? Romaine lettuce, sharp cheddar cheese, black olives, some taco meat, leftover meat from tacos, plenty of olive oil, and switch it up from the olive oil. I went ahead and got some Wegmans brand, just Parmesan Italian dressing. Very similar nutrition profile to the extra virgin olive oil, so was able to put some extra flavor in the salad. Dinner, went to the old standby, the Hillshire Farm cheddar wurst. I don't know if I've talked about that much, but that's my go-to dinner. But I did some extra things. I put a little cheese on it, put some butter on it, some riced cauliflower side. So try to make a little bit more of a meal out of it and still get some of the olive oil in there too into the cauliflower. But still, having done that did not get me to the 80. That got me right to 75. Let's see here. Let's go to Friday, 75 instead of 80, 22 percent. Again, now I'm dealing with cafeteria food. It's just a nightmare trying to deal with this cafeteria food. Dealing with things like trying to make a lunch out of this cafeteria. Again, using their salad offerings, which weren't all that great. Some deli sliced ham instead. The dinner ended up being a double Whopper. What can I tell you? I was in the ER. It wasn't me. It was a family member, but it wasn't no life threatening stuff. Just we were there, and a double Whopper ended up having to be my dinner. Not ideal because again that puts me at the 75 instead of the 80. The salad didn't come out correctly. Friday, 75 again. Carbohydrates all the way down at 3 that day, so I'll take a win on that one. Then we got the carbs way the hell down to 3. That was another day where I just had to figure out. Yes, there was another cafeteria lettuce salad. It just didn't really get the job done very well. And the cheddar wurst for dinner when we got home. So I'm sticking to these old standbys, but I'm still having to get kind of creative, and it's not as functional as it should be. Saturday, got the regular lunch. I went to work Saturday. Here's the thing, though. Saturday, I ate lunch and nothing else. It was kind of nuts. So the whole doctor's visits, ER thing, it had me up for like 30 hours. I kid you not. I think I'd gotten up for work normal day at 5 a.m. on Wednesday. We ended up going to the ER at 10 p.m., which is I'd usually be asleep half an hour before that at 9:30. ER 10 p.m. No sleep overnight. I came back home about 3:30 in the morning, tried to catch a little sleep, didn't really, 1 or 2 hours if that. Back right up again Thursday morning, get the kids back to going, get to school, back to the hospital, and all day Thursday. I went home again Thursday night at about 9:30 and was able to finally sleep. It was ridiculous, and that caught up with me. Friday I did halfway decent, but by Saturday I was an absolute wreck. I first of all had no appetite whatsoever, but black coffee for breakfast, the salad for lunch at work. When I got home from work, I had such a bad headache that I went straight to bed at like 5 o'clock, and I was gone. I slept for, I think, 14 or 15 hours into Sunday morning. So really, I've told you previously I moved, or I was moving, I moved myself down to 1,800 calories. Still trying to cut the calories off, still trying to get the breakfast down to just black coffee, but I only ate 800 calories on Saturday. I left 1,000 on the table, and I don't know if that just confused my body further or if that had my body go ahead and try to burn some of that 1.6 that I lost this week. Sunday, thankfully, back to more of a basic kind of food profile. Yesterday I had the cheddar wurst for lunch, and I had some home not fried, but air fryer. I had some chicken wings. So we bought some frozen chicken wing sections, is what they call them. They're just basic wings. Did them in the air fryer. I did a nice butter and garlic and olive oil coating on them, so that got the fat content where it needed to be. So yesterday I came in right at 1,800. 1,855. And my macro was still 76, 22, and 2. I can't get away from the profile. I can't get away from the protein, and I guess I just keep working at it. I have to find a way to control that protein intake and keep the fat going. I had keto mouth a couple days this week. That was for sure. I remember having the keto mouth way back in like week 2 and week 3, maybe week 4. This was pretty rank. I woke up and I just immediately had to brush my teeth. It was so bad. Like, not even forget waiting for the morning routine and shower and all that. I had to brush my teeth immediately. I was like, oh my God, I'm choking myself on my own breath here. And then an hour after that, it was bad. I had to go brush my teeth again. So, yeah, guys, you know, it's 3 months, but it's progress nonetheless. So I don't know if I have any advice for you. If you're doing this, watch Temptations at this point. There may be a couple of times this week where I got a little cocky and thought, I can do what I want. I'm smart. I can make up the difference. Well, there was one day at work this week where there was a birthday and there was a cake. I did not. I'm gonna repeat this. I did not eat a piece of cake. What I did eat was like about this big, a little tiny square of chocolate cake that's maybe like maybe an inch, 3/4 of an inch to an inch by half an inch with a little tiny bit of frosting on top. I ate that. Felt like crap. Oh my God. Like my stomach hurt. Like an hour later. Maybe that was psychosomatic. I don't know. Yesterday, we went to a little festival in town. My kids pooled their money and bought a bloomin' onion. You had one of those, right? Where they deep fry the big onion. And I watched and I watched and I didn't and I didn't and I didn't. And as we were we were walking back to the van to go home, and it was raining and whatever, and I was like, screw it. And I pulled like one onion petal. Now, onion is already a tough one because there's carbs in there that I shouldn't have, and the damn thing's breaded. But I'm sitting there thinking, it's deep fried in oil. It's fatty as hell. I can, this is just, didn't feel so good about an hour later. So I don't know. I don't know what that means for when I try to, when and if I try to transition back off of keto and onto a normal kind of healthy diet. I don't know what that means for me, and that I'm having these reactions to what could kind of be considered cheat foods, even though it's like literally one bite, not even a mouthful of food. And trying to decide if that has thrown me off of my weight loss for the week. Again, only 1.6 pounds this week in week 12. But by the numbers. Started at 269, call it 270. Today 236. 236 pounds in 3 months. In 3 months, I have lost 33 pounds in 3 months. And it's just a lot of focus, it's a lot of willpower, and it's a lot of discipline. So I think this is almost a message to myself this week that I have to pay attention and stay disciplined. Don't get arrogant. Don't get complacent. Don't think that it's easy and that you can just start screwing off and doing whatever you want, because I don't think I can. I don't think I can at this point. If you're on your own journey, of course, tell me how you doing, how you making out, what's your goal, where are you at? I'd love to hear it. And again, continue on with any advice. I love the comments. I appreciate every bit of information I get from other people. It's about all I got for you this week. I'll check in as we move into week 13. Lucky number 13? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe there's a 4-pound week in there. I have to make some decisions about this. I guess I'll give this 1,800 calories one more week. I think I'll give it one more week. I'll stick with 1,800 this week and see what happens. See if it's actually going to keep the weight loss continuing, or if that's going to kind of hold me back or not. Because, I guess you need fuel, and I'm not trying to put my body in starvation mode, even though I am intermittent fasting. So a lot of things to consider, a lot to keep in mind. But I appreciate the time you spend with me every week, and I will see you next Monday for the next weigh-in. Go keto. That was really bad. Thanks for watching.